But is the outcome exactly the way you thought it could be?
Yeah, but there were some, actually there were surprises, some places.
Which of the results surprised you?
Lagos, Southeast, and...
Southeast surprised you?
Yeah.
You thought your party could, or PDP could do anything in Southeast?
No, not really. The performance of LP, actually. You know, it's actually above my expectation.
So they did way above. You never thought that Peter Obi could put that strength?
Yeah. Even in the general election, all over, especially, you know. He had 6 million votes.
Almost 7 million.
Yeah.
6 points.
So it's but it indicates, it goes to tell something that people really don't talk about. And that is to say, I think the signs are out there that the middle income group or social group and the youths are getting tired of the, do I even include myself? At the upper level, you know, 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, who have been in the corridors of power since they were 30.
You have been?
Yeah, I've been in the National Assembly for 20 years, but not because I'm directly involved. The National Assembly does, you know, the quality of work in the National Assembly depends on the number of people who have the experience or ranking. That's why right now in the U.S. Senate, the oldest senator have been there for 43 years. Joe Biden was in the Senate for 31, 32 years. And the ranking plays a great role there because we are legislators. But in the executive, you need people that are youthful, that are young, that have the energy to execute. So
I mean, I'm going to come to National Assembly politics. So your candidate was declared the winner.
Yeah.
Although a lot of reactions have trailed it. Some people are not happy. Some of your supporters are happy. And you've seen some of the reactions. What do you make of them?
The Nigerians have spoken. You see, we are trying to hype up trivialities like religion, like tribe. But an ordinary Nigerian don't buy into that. And that election results have shown that too.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, because there are those who have analyzed that religion, the same religion strategy of your party appears to have worked in your region, for example, in the Northeast. Perhaps the reason why your party performed, and in some part of the Northwest in that regard.
Yeah, I can say to some extent, but overall, in the overall, our party that is, you know, tagged as Muslim or a Muslim party, won in the Southeast, won some seats in. We have how many senators from Southeast? We have senators from Southeast. We have senators from South-South. And we have senators from the North Central. There is no region or geopolitical zone that the APC didn't have a candidate.
Have we learned any lesson, I mean, at all? If there are the cleavages of this country has been widened by some of these very dirty part of politics, I mean, have we as a people come out to learn any lesson at all?
No, we have not. Especially politicians are banking on this to the extent that the democracy, to me now, democracy in Nigeria doesn't exist. Because I have once said it or twice here, that the whole polity, democracy has been taken over by kleptocrats and plutocrats, and now religion and tribal sentiments have been placed in it, putting democracy itself, that is government of the people, for the people, and by the people, have been put in the background. And those kleptocrats and plutocrats, and then the tribal this thing and the religious, you find people going now, instead of going to the public to campaign, they go to churches, they go to malams to go and campaign. And
and people can blame you and your friends for that. You are the ones playing the politics.
Who are my friends?
Well, you are a politician.
Yeah, politicians are always from the public. We're not from the moon. Politicians are from the public. Politician is like you. Maybe because you are not in politics because you didn't have the chance to be.
No, not because I don't want.
You don't want to be politician.
It's because I don't want
no,
to. I'm comfortable doing what I'm doing.
So I'm comfortable being a politician too.
Well, you guys.
So why should you now come here and tell me that my own that I'm doing is not good, and I didn't complain about your own?
No. The question is that you are the one raising the fact that you and your colleagues.
Let's not get off the track.
No, the track is that the things that have been done. During this election, which you said. They are bad elements of our politics. I'm saying that, have we learned any lesson as a people?
No, we have not.
That's what I'm saying.
And people are emphasizing on this. Somebody was telling me just this morning, because, or was it yesterday, when I told him I was coming for this year program. I say, is this in Nigeria? He's tired. He said, if you go to America, religion is not there playing any role, or where you come from. Hillary Clinton was at one time from one state, and then she moved over to New York to become a senator. And somebody, in those days when we were not civilized, the first mayor in the southeast was a Hausa man. And at one time, a Kanuri man came to Benue because he couldn't get tickets in Borno. He contested in Benue State, and he was a member of House of Rep.
The candidate of your party, Bola Tinubu, will be taking over as the next president.
Yeah.
To fix some of these sentiments that have largely divided the Nigerian people, what would you suggest that he should do immediately to fix these cleavages?
Immediately he takes over, he should be the Bola Tinubu that I know. Married to a Christian, had, when he was in government, had Christians, Muslims, Igbos, and in his cabinet. That means he can be able to carry Nigerians along. And I think he has already naturally started. He has a wife that is not only a Christian, but a pastor. So would you say now Tinubu will not like Christians or will not be fair to Christians? They will have a problem right in his bedroom. So the problem is solved. How can you say just because Tinubu is a Muslim, oh, he's a Muslim and no, it's about a Christian? It's a personal something. It's personal. Okay, supposing Tinubu decides to be a Christian tomorrow, everybody will shut up, right? Or me as myself. My mother is a Christian. She died as a Christian. My brothers, sisters, siblings are Christians.
You might be a Christian someday. Is it possible? You?
Me? No. I'm a Muslim. Okay. I don't have a problem with Christians. That's why.
And it's your personal, because the issue of your faith is personal.
So it should not be an issue of faith.
No, absolutely. In the real sense of it, should religion and ethnicity be part of our politics? That's largely that's a major factor, that we need to. But Senator,
do you know what they do? Do you know what they do in America? And they don't talk about religion. If you are talking about religion, go to church, go to mosque. In the university, I went to school in America. You don't see mosque in the university. No church in the university. No prayers. Every time here in Nigeria, you start with prayers, you close with prayers.
So we're looking at the conversations now in your party predominantly, because your party now holds. Let's take a look at how the political parties stand in the National Assembly. Your party holds a majority in both chambers of the National Assembly, albeit at different figures compared to 2019 and 2015.
I think 57.
Yeah. So in the Senate, for example, out of the 109 seats, this is where we have 102 seats so far declared, pending the completion of the other elections in some other parts of the country. So APC has 55 seats that we know as of now. PDP 33, yes, Labour Party 8, NNPP 2, SDP 2, ABGA 1, YPP 1. So let's switch to the House of Reps. The House of Reps, out of the 360 seats, 326 so far declared that we know, 160 seats for the APC. PDP has 105. Labour Party 34, NNPP 18, ABGA 4, SDP 2, ADC 2, YPP 1. The most colorful National Assembly since Nigeria returned to the Fourth Republic in 1999. But there are other contentions in all of these. Those who are jostling, and that we know for now for the different positions in the Senate and the House of Reps. These are some of the names that have come up so far. Senator, look at them. In the Senate, we have Oju Uzor Kalu from Abia State, Jibrin Barau from Kano, the only senator of the APC in Kano, Senator Sani Musa from North Central region of Niger State, Gozue Akpabio from the South region of Akwa Ibom, Dave Umahi, the sitting governor of Ebonyi State, Osita Ezonaso is one of the three. All the senators in Imo State are ranking senators, including Osita Ezonaso, Hamel Lawan, the sitting Senate president, Abdulaziz Yari, former governor of Zamfara. His name has also come on the plate.
Why didn't you put my name?
Do you want also to be Senate president?
No, who else? I'm in the Senate. I'm elected. And at one time I contested. So why didn't you put my name?
Because nobody knows you want to run, except if you say you are running now.
Oh, you think I should not run?
No, I don't think you should. I don't think. I don't.
No,
I don't have
I'm
an
asking
opinion.
you this question.
I don't have an opinion, Senator.
No, you must have an opinion.
Yeah, I will ask you about your ambition, though.
Anyway,
let's look at the speakers.
Why don't you just put my name?
You want us to put your name?
Yeah.
Officially.
Officially? I don't understand that.
That means that it's
did Amelawan tell you he want to contest?
That's what we understand.
So you didn't understand that I can contest?
No, I've not heard.
No. I think you are not being fair.
No, but if you say you're running, I could then ask my colleagues to put your name on that.
No, anyway, I think that is what we come to discuss.
All right. Look at the speakership.
Yeah.
And these are those who want to be. Benjamin Kalu from Abia State, Tajuddin Abbas, Aliyu Betara, Yusuf Gagdi, a 42-year-old former lawmaker in Plateau State, who is now ranking. It will be a ranking member of the House in the House of Reps. Yusuf Gagdi from Plateau State, North Central. Sada Soli, Sani Jaji. And in fact, there is a missing name, Abdul Rahim Olawi from Kwara State, North Central region.
And there is a bigger missing name there too.
Which one is that?
What is his name? Wase? Who's the deputy?
Idris Wase.
Wase has started going around?
No, Idris Wase is a prominent name.
Now I can understand. Maybe you are even eliminating those that will likely
be. That's an omission from some of our colleagues, which will be fixed though. But Senator, do you want to be Senate President?
I tried to be Senate President twice. And this is what we need to discuss about the leadership of the National Assembly. It is not about people just throwing in their heart for it. This is the National Assembly that is supposed to be an institution to oversight the executive, and therefore the leadership should be based on certain criteria. Especially in the emergence of leadership, one of the criteria normally is experience, and that is what we call the ranking. But considering the political scenario of today, you just don't put that as the famous thing. And besides, as these people came out rightly, they have the right to do that. The party said that we should hold on. There should be more of consultation than actually pronouncement that I want to contest. And of course, if I say I want to contest and the party said, no, it's not fair for the Senate President to come from the north or northeast, then do you just now say, oh, okay, you want to contest and against the wish of the party, which we did at one time, and the result or the aftermath was, a bit clumsy, and we don't want to have a repetition of that. So we are holding on till the party decides. If the party zones to the north, as they did in the case of presidency, where the governors and the party at one time said it should be from the south, and that's what led to the emergence of our current president-elect. If the party says that the Senate President should come from a particular zone, we have to look at it and see whether it is fair and take a decision.
Which region do you think will be fair? You have, and perhaps there is yet another graphic element that I'd like to show Nigerians of how things are right now. The president is from the southwest. The vice president-elect is from the northeastern region of the country. In your own experience, where do you think the Senate President and the House Speaker should come from?
For me, the leadership of the National Assembly should be open, the first instance.
Open?
Yeah.
And we should not consider the interests of other regions that are not captured?
Look, the Senate president is not supposed to be a regional president. It's a Senate president of the Nigerian Senate in the United States, and that is the democracy we are trying to copy, and that is not what we are actually fully practicing. The vice president is constitutionally the Senate president. They have what they call Senate President pro tempore. That is the person who presides on the daily basis anytime the senators are sitting. It's normally the most senior. Then you have the Senate leader. That Senate leader is also based on seniority. They don't talk about where you come from. In the Congress, that is the House of Representatives, and the same thing here. Normally, seniority plays a role too, but the leadership in there is more open. That's why I think they had their election 7 times or more.
Yeah,
before
to eventually agree, because they didn't quite come to the number that is lawfully agreed for the leader to achieve. Yeah.
So you see, in our own case, we have 109 senators. And what did the Constitution or the Senate Standing Order says as it is now? The leadership emergence is not clearly stated that it must be based on region. Section 50 of the Constitution says, Section 50, that the Senate President shall be elected amongst the members.
So, but I mean, this is a political constitution that we're talking about, Senator. And you know what happened in 2015 and 2019. I mean, these are not long ago.
Don't forget about what happened in 2023. I said it at the point. People want to put it behind. The current president-elect was not the party's candidate. Was he?
That scenario could play out to the National Assembly?
Yeah.
You have 70%.
And let me tell you that I was part of the 2015 that you re-emphasize on. I don't think we were rebellious. We only did what we think is right. And I was part of it. Unfortunately, when we got the leadership, and you can remember I was a Senate leader and I was removed because I went into disagreement with the Senate President then, Saraki. Because I told him that was not what we agreed. We did not take the leadership of the National Assembly then to antagonize the executive or engage in fighting unnecessarily. But then I didn't know that Saraki had his own agenda. We are not supposed to fight the executive. We are supposed to oversight them. We are supposed to work interdependently, harmoniously, without compromising the constitutional role of the National Assembly or the Senate, and that is to say to oversight the executive. So where Saraki wanted to take us into fight with the executive, and I disagreed on that. Like the case of Magu, his confirmation, we started that fight. So I don't want people to be emphasizing that if you allow everybody. No, the president, of course, or anybody can have interest. But we are senators. Nobody should tell us who is going to lead us.
There will be 70-something new senators.
Yes.
In the 10th National Assembly.
Yes.
It might not be exactly the same thing.
Okay, let me give you an example. There are 76 new senators.
Out of the 109.
Yeah, supposing they
So you are in the minority.
We are in the minority. No, I'm giving you this scenario. Supposing they put themselves together and then say, this is our Senate President, even during our days of inauguration, and they agree. Would you say they can't produce the Senate President?
Well, the Constitution envisages...
It's not the Constitution.
No, I'm driving somewhere. The Constitution envisages that there should be inclusiveness.
Yeah.
And there's a balance of power.
Yeah.
Now, if you bring back the spread of the power, just for a moment, we have the president-elect from the Southwest, the vice president-elect from the northeastern region of the country. Politically speaking, to agree, and these both men are Muslims. And there are also talks in your party that these considerations are to also be given prominence, religion and the spread.
Yeah.
Which region do you think is right to have the Senate President come from?
If you are going by this map that you are doing now, you have the president from
Southwest.
You have the vice president from the north, isn't it?
East, yes.
Where is the chief justice of the federation coming from?
But those are not political sentiments.
Why not?
But these are political.
They are political sentiment. No,
they are not elected. These ones are the elected ones.
The vice president was not elected. He was appointed by as his running.
But they were on the same ticket. These are political.
Yeah, but he was not taken to the ticket by vote.
But if you go to the judiciary, they are not political considerations.
No, but no, they are consideration to the constitution. You are now talking about the constitution and you are trying to drive away.
No. I'm trying to.
Don't be taking. Wait now. If you are taking things
in this respect,
you should take it holistically.
Maybe because you want to be Senate president, that's why you are thinking.
No. If I had wanted to be Senate president up initio without this consideration, you know me now. I would have gone out to say I want to be the Senate president, but the time is not yet there. I can do that. Why not? The constitution does not stop me from there.
So what do you think about those
now you are bringing,
Senator?
wait now, you are talking about religion. In government, this government just passed, you forgot about. Jonathan was the president. Was he not a Christian from South? And the Senate president then, David Mark, was a Christian. Kweremadu from Southeast was a Christian. And Ete from Southwest was a Christian. Was it a big deal?
But
is it now that because
the times are different?
Wait now.
The agitations about those are not as prominent as now.
Kashim happens to come from Northeast, who is a Muslim, and then Tinubu happens to come from South. So if you are talking about balancing South and North, which is what we do, okay, you have the CGN from the South, you have the president from the South, now you have the president, the Senate president should come from the North, or the speaker should come from the north in order to balance it. Then you take another position that is available to based on convenience. So that's why I'm saying allow Nigerians to make their choice. They have done that before. Tinubu, when they started, they went to church and shouted above their voice that Muslim is not fair and this on that. Then they went for election. Muslims and Christians went for election. Nigerians voted for Tinubu. Now they are shouting and they say, oh, we have won election. I don't want to be talking about the matter because it's in the court. I have never I told you, I was surprised with the performance of Peter Obi. I have nothing against him, and I see him, if it is by energy, age, advantage, and all that, as one of those that I have soft spot for because of his this thing. But he doesn't have it. It showed. In the north, he was not there. And when you are talking about now north-south, Tinubu is not from the north. He won in the north. He performed in some states better than Atiku. People thought that, oh, it's Atiku. Atiku is from the north. He didn't win.